Why you need a big, bold, bodacious goal. Oh, I feel inspired today. This is going to be a good one, so I hope you listen up here. A big, bold, bodacious goal. So what is it? So your big, bold, bodacious goal is the answer to one specifically worded question. And I'll get to that question in just a moment, but first let's explore how this name came about. There's a good chance you may have heard of this phrase called a big, hairy, audacious goal, often referred to as a BHAG. That came from a book called Built to Last by Jim Collins that was published back in 1994. So a lot of people over the years have made that reference to the big, hairy, audacious goal. And a couple of years ago, my wife Pookie and I were creating a program that's now called the Personal Transformation Matrix. And we wanted to reference a similar thing, but we didn't want to use that worn out phrase. So we came up with our own phrase, and we came up with big, bold, bodacious goal. I love the B alliteration. My name, Bob Baker, is a B alliteration in itself, so it works perfectly. So that's where it originated. And before I reveal that question, just want to mention one more thing about it. Sometimes those words, big, bold, bodacious, they kind of scare people. They go, I don't want to be big, bold, and bodacious. I'm a little more introverted than that. So don't think that to have a goal like this, you have to be flamboyant and boastful and all these things. Not at all. You tailor this to your personality and who you authentically are, but it should stretch you a little bit. It should be a little bit at least outside of your comfort zone or something that you've never quite done before. But it doesn't have to be truly big and bodacious. Just make it your own style. All right, so what's that question? What is your big bodacious goal? It's the answer to this. What is the one thing that if you accomplished it in the next 6 months or less would have the greatest impact on your life and the lives of the people you love and serve? A lot of specifically chosen words in that question. Starting off with, what's the one thing? Not what's the long list of things you want to accomplish, but what's the one thing? I think it's really helpful that you have one primary goal that you're striving for at any given time. Yes, you can have other interests, and we all have, jobs and responsibilities that we have to commit to. But using your available time and energy, what is that one big, bodacious goal that you can focus on at any given time? It's really important. And the goal that you choose to pursue doesn't have to last a lifetime. It's just for this particular stage of your life. There was a time in my life where I focused on publishing a music magazine in my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. I did that for a decade, and I put most of my energy into that. Then there was a time when my big, bold, bodacious goal was to get to the point where I could support myself as an author. And it took me a few years to get there, but I made that happen. But I focused on it while working a part-time job, raising my daughter when she was a toddler, etc. Same thing with building my YouTube channel. When I realized that the affirmations that I was uploading were really getting attention, I saw this as an opportunity for me to serve and support my family, and I went all into it. It's been my primary focus for the last several years. So what's your goal? A BBBG for short. What is the one thing that if you accomplished it in the next 6 months or less would have the greatest impact on your life and the lives of the people you love and serve? So certainly you're doing this for yourself. Perhaps it's a dream you've had for many years. That feeling of accomplishment that you'll have is certainly something that can drive you, but also it can impact others, your friends, your family, your community. If you have a presence online or you run a business or offer a product or service, will reaching that goal help you have an impact on those people as well? So what is that one thing? I have a feeling as soon as I asked the question, something popped into your mind, whether you were expecting it or not. That's your big, bold, bodacious goal. So here are the benefits of having one. And I think there are many. It's why we've made it a significant part of our personal transformation program. It's our signature system for improving your life, and I encourage you to check that out if it speaks to you. But here are the benefits of having that primary focus, that one big, bold, bodacious goal. And one thing is it focuses your limited time and energy. Life is so demanding these days. If you're a creative person in particular, you have many different interests. So it's easy to spread ourselves too thin. I've been certainly guilty of this throughout my life, where you're doing so many things that no one activity is really taking root and gaining traction. So by having that one thing in this particular season of your life, it allows you to focus. And by doing so, you can make progress on that thing. And as you make progress, you feel good. You feel accomplished. You build confidence. Even if you didn't know what you were doing or how you were going to do it at first, by taking those steps every day, every week, you see some tangible results in your life and you go, wow, this is so cool. I'm making this thing happen. And that's a great feeling. Another benefit is when you pursue a goal like this and you start having some even small amount of success with it, it quite often, almost always, in fact, leads to other opportunities that you didn't even consider when you first set out pursuing it. This has happened countless times in my life. I had no idea that when I started publishing a music magazine, that it would indirectly lead to me publishing books. I had no idea. I couldn't have planned that if my life depended on it. I couldn't have predicted back in around 2016 that when I created some audio recordings for myself on abundance and raising your vibration and all that, because I couldn't find what I was looking for, so I actually created something for myself using my own voice that I could listen to. And those were the early affirmation videos that I uploaded just for grins to see if anybody would be interested. I had no idea that that was going to lead to reaching as many people as I do through my YouTube channel. Recently hit 400,000 subscribers there. But here's the benefit that you may not realize is that when you pursue a big, bold, bodacious goal, again, something that stretches you, shouldn't terrorize you or traumatize you, but it should stretch you to where you're like, I don't know how this is going to happen, but you pursue it anyway. When you do that, it reveals your beliefs that you have about yourself and your ability to accomplish that thing. And this is great information to have, because when you squeeze yourself in that way, when you challenge yourself to pursue something that's meaningful to you, all kinds of things come up. Who do you think you are? I'm not worthy. So many other people are better qualified than me. And when these things come up and you stay aware of them and you ask yourself, wow, where did that come from? That's interesting. Is that belief true? Once the inner critic starts raising its voice and you become aware of it, then you can examine it, you can diminish its power, and you can take steps to replace those negative beliefs with more empowering beliefs that are going to serve you better in the future. So that is why I, along with my wife, Pookie Lee, are such big proponents of choosing and having a big, bold, bodacious goal. It's why we made it such a significant part of our program, the Personal Transformation Matrix. So I hope you'll consider choosing one soon and then pouring your time and energy, whatever you have available, even if it's only 10 minutes a day, taking those baby steps toward that thing that's so important to you. Again, what's the one thing that if you achieved it in the next 6 months or less would have the greatest impact on your life and the lives of the people you love and serve? If you're able to leave a comment, I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Really appreciate you listening. I also have some free gifts for you on my website. Just visit bobbakerinspiration.com to claim them now. Here's to increasing your manifestation powers. I'm rooting for you. Until next time, so long for now.